नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। भारते मानव जन्म प्राप्य भागवता नायः सूतं पापं परिधनै आत्मगतः तूतैकतः. This is one of the often quoted verse by me whenever I go and meet some pious people. This particular verse comes in the Padma Purana. It speaks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the meaning goes like this: whoever has taken his birth in the Bharata Bhumi, in the Bharata Desh, but Bhagavatam Naiha, who doesn't have Srimad Bhagavatam in his house, then it says that this person has voluntarily committing suicide. He is a sinful person just committing suicide. Anybody who has taken his birth in Bharata Desh definitely should have Srimad Bhagavatam. And I don't have to speak much about the importance of distributing Srimad Bhagavatam or Srila Prabhupada's books, the sets of Srila Prabhupada's book. Maharaj, Guru Maharaj spoke so much about distributing sets of Srila Prabhupada's books, and you all know constantly you have been hearing about the importance of book distribution. So Maharaj particularly ordered me to speak about the model that we were following in distributing sets of Srila Prabhupada's book. It's not something big model, or it's not something new model. This is always being done by devotees also. Maybe you also would have done this, but we took it more intensely, and then we found a big success in doing that. It all began maybe some 2.5 years before, when I heard a lecture by Guru Maharaj that Guru Maharaj was speaking about devotees giving 60-70 Mahabig books every day, then some devotees giving more than 100 Mahabig books every day. Then Maharaj was saying that the day should come when devotees should speak that I gave 60 sets of Bhagavatam, 70 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, I gave 100 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was thinking that that's a wonderful thing. When will that day come? So that's Guru Maharaj has said, so I was very confident that this should someday come true. Though maybe at least in our case still it has not come true, but definitely it will come true one day. Maybe the time will come when devotees could do hundreds of sets of Bhagavatam every day. So our idea was very simple, that when Guru Maharaj told me, when I heard this from Guru Maharaj, so I thought maybe let me start something. Let me start distributing at least 1 or 2 sets, something to my level which is possible, because I was thinking that I'm involved in one particular service of meeting people. So maybe this is possible for me, that I'm meeting so many people often, so maybe I could ask them to buy Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita sets. So this was just about this starting of this Corona time. So our Guru Maharaj was there in our temple for more than 9 to 10 months in ISKCON Salem. So when I started doing this program, I could easily distribute at least 1 set Bhagavatam every day, sometimes 2 sets also. Then after 2 weeks, I was able to distribute 50 sets of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So when Guru Maharaj was there, so I personally thought, okay, let me go and speak with Guru Maharaj, that he'll be very happy to hear the news that some 50 sets of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita together have been given in a span of 14 days. So when I went to inform this to Guru Maharaj was very pleased with hearing that. But immediately he was asking me that, so you are planning to do 100 sets this month? Actually, I did not have any idea. I thought, okay, I have finished all my distribution. Maybe 50 sets is already done. I have already met so many people. Maybe I thought by the end of this month I could do some another 10-20 sets. But Guru Maharaj was saying that you should do 100 sets. As Guru Maharaj has envisioned that, okay, we should do such set distribution, I was thinking how I'll be able to give. Already I met so many people whomever I knew. Then that time I got an idea that why not I just simply take the so that time I just got the idea that let me at least try to call people whom I know and who will be able to take Srimad Bhagavatam. Initially I was thinking maybe I'm not going to call all the people, but let me at least try to speak to people who will be able to take Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was calling people whom I know very well, who will be favorable to me. Then by this way I could see that in a span of next 16 days, close to 200 sets of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita were distributed. I never expected this. Even it was to a big surprise that just from the contacts we could keep on speaking with so many people. In fact, I started calling. Initially, I thought, okay, I should reach a target of 100. That's what Guru Maharaj was telling me. But then I saw that, and I was keep on rolling my the contacts in my mobile phone. I saw that there are so many people who I have not given. Then I understood that I should not simply roll for the contacts who will take Bhagavatam. I should simply think that I should simply focus that if they have Bhagavatam or not. If somebody is not having Bhagavatam, then this is a potential person to be contacted for buying Srimad Bhagavatam. So with this idea in my mind, I started calling all my contacts. Whomever I know, I will just keep on calling. From A, B, C, D, like that. I was taking contacts from all the alphabets, and then I was keep on calling. And then I could easily see that there was more success possible because these contacts already known to us, definitely they will be much persuaded by us in taking Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita sets because they know us. At least they can spend time with us. If we go house to house, we of course we want to do book distribution everywhere all around the world. But at least if we meet some strange people, they may not be able to spend time with us, spare time with us. But the context whom we know, whom we have particularly saved in our phone, it means it's a contact who is more likely favorable to us. So I started speaking to such persons, and then gradually my friends, my relatives, my own sisters, my cousin sisters, the persons with whom I was just working with, colleagues, everybody I was calling. And then by that way, in the first year of this marathon, we were able to distribute some 200 sets of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then for the next year marathon, that time I was thinking that actually I have almost finished all my contacts. So this is only possible that if I have to engage many devotees in this service, then we could distribute many more sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I just started proposing this idea to a few of our congregation members. This is the year before, just last year, just the marathon before. 2021. Yeah, 2021. So that time I contacted a few of our congregation members that, last year I had some success in distributing Srimad Bhagavatam sets to many of my known contacts. So definitely everybody has their own known contacts. To which, to such a person, you will be the most preferable person to speak about Srimad Bhagavatam. So why don't you try that? In fact, when I was proposing such idea to our congregation members, they were also a little bit skeptical, Prabhu, how this will be possible. No, we have never tried. In fact, when I spoke to one of our congregation members, he said, I have never given any Bhagavatam set in my life at all. I generally give some small book or some Maha big book is the maximum thing, and for that also I used to struggle so much. But how it is possible that I can give a big set of whole? It is not possible for me, like that he was saying. Actually, I was saying that Srila Prabhupada said impossible is a word in the Fool's dictionary. So the only thing that let us do is that let us desire first, and then let us put effort. This much only we can do. Definitely even to distribute a small book of Srila Prabhupada books, definitely we need his mercy. or a Maha big book or Srimad Bhagavatam said, definitely without the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Parampara and Krishna, this is not going to work out. So I was telling this devotee that let us desire to do this set book distribution, and let us put some effort also. Like yesterday, we also got an order. Maharaj was saying that everyone should do this book distribution. Yesterday Maharaj was saying that. So this is already ordered. Even if you don't desire, now there is an order from our Guru Maharaj that everyone should do this set book distribution. To those contacts only you can do. So when this devotee, he thought that, okay, let me try. Yes, that's what we are going to do. Let us try. Let us give it a try. What's wrong in desiring to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam? Okay, let me try like that. He also tried. And to his own surprise, he said that, Prabhu, I am successful. I gave the first Bhagavatam set. Maybe in 4 or 5 days, he just contacted me back that I could distribute Bhagavatam set in my life. He became more enthused, and then he started calling many more people, and then he was keep on calling people out like that. I started encouraging a few other congregation members also, and everyone started calling their contacts. And our strategy is of this distributing this set book distribution is a little or much different from His Grace Mahotsav Prabhu's Bhagavatam set distribution. We all know how he is, in a span of 2 minutes or 3 minutes, he is able to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam set. But that was not happening in our position. We used to speak. In fact, we are in India, so we directly speak about the glories of the Vedic scriptures. As I said, I used to say that this Bharate Mano Janma, who have taken his birth in Bharata, they should have Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, I was particularly using these 2 verses to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam set. One is this Krishne Sudamo Bhagate Dharmo Jnanadvisaha Kalo Nashta Drishamesha Puranar Kodnodidaha and Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Palam Shukamakat Amrita Dravasamitam. So these 2 verses I often used to quote. And whenever I used to quote that this Krishna has appeared in this Kali Yuga in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, then the general reply from many of my contacts is that no, why should we have Srimad Bhagavatam? We can keep just Bhagavad Gita, right? That is also spoken by Krishna. Why you are intent on keeping Srimad Bhagavatam? I used to say that, yeah, Bhagavad Gita is a book that everybody should keep. But somebody who is reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, they will know that Krishna is directing us towards Srimad Bhagavatam. That Krishna says, Machchitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantaschu Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that my devotees speak about me, converse about me. Obviously in Bhagavad Gita, it's a philosophical book. There is only one storyline that Krishna is speaking this subject of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. That is the only storyline. Otherwise, we don't see that pastimes are there in Bhagavad Gita. But Krishna himself is directing that my devotees speak about me. So what do they speak? And that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And in fact, many object that why should we keep Bhagavatam? We just keep means I'm just saying there are so many objections. There will be always 1,000 reasons given by people why they don't want Srimad Bhagavatam. All are reasons to reject surrender to Krishna. But I always tend to say that what are the reasons they give? I'll try to give that more reasons why they should take Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, I have an experience with one person. He was saying that, see why you want us to take Bhagavatam? Because we have a child in our house. I was thinking, why the child is objection to take Srimad Bhagavatam? No, child means we can't keep the book safely. I said, then you should take Srimad Bhagavatam. No, we can't keep safely. No, if you buy Bhagavatam, you will more protect Srimad Bhagavatam because you know that the child will damage the book. No, you do not know my child is having some mental problem, so I cannot take Srimad Bhagavatam. I said, no, this is the reason you should take Srimad Bhagavatam. You are suffering so much in this life, so why don't you take Srimad Bhagavatam? Like that, there will be always reason that the main objection that one person or even the devotees themselves think that Srimad Bhagavatam is a big set and it is very costly. Actually, that is not at all true. When compared to the money spent by each and every member in the society, the cost of Srimad Bhagavatam set is not at all big. To everybody in this world, especially currently living in this planet, we see that smartphone is not at all affordable. It's not at all difficult to afford. And also keeping a television in their house is not at all difficult to afford. If even in the villages of India, we see that people could afford to buy a television or to buy a smartphone. We have many experiences, especially when I was speaking with one of my contacts. He was saying that, see, Swamiji, you are pushing me to take Bhagavatam, but this is a very costly book. You are saying not just 300 I can take. This is so costly. It is just 7,500. You were saying. I said, you are speaking with me over phone. So what is the phone that you are using? He said, it is this Samsung G5 something. So what is the cost? This is some 20,000. See, you can afford to buy a smartphone, and you are not the only member in your house who is going to have Srimad Bhagavatam, who is going to have this mobile phone. Definitely, your wife is also going to have. Does your wife have? Yes, he is saying, obviously my wife has. And not that only your wife, you will have a son, and definitely he'll be having. Yes, in our house we have 4 mobile sets. So we see that in every house, 4 or 5 sets of mobiles worth some 75,000-80,000 is possible. And I told that, see, this mobile set you are buying for your whole members worth 80,000, you will keep on doing it. Means every 2-3 years you will change the set. But I am going to give a book. This you were not going to keep on buying. It is of course, we want every house to have, and then every member to even welcome that they can take many sets, but at least only one set one is going to have to keep in their family. So what's the difficulty in taking a set? In fact, when we speak like this, they say that what's true looks to be a little bit sane. It's true, it's fully sane. Then I could see that we had one advantage of paying in installments. Though 50% of our distribution sets came with full person money, but many actually took it in installments. And that option is not difficult for us because we are calling people who are known to us. So it is not difficult for us. We are not going and then we have to afraid that whether this person is going to pay us or not. But this is a 3 months installment. It's not difficult for any person to take Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is possible. And one other thing that particularly we found to be very interesting is that we made a big sensation. Last year, in 2021, December, I started a little bit sensation among the persons who took Srimad Bhagavatam, particularly among the people from different communities. Whoever takes Srimad Bhagavatam set, then I will just try to take a photo with that person. Then showing this photo, I'll just showing this photo to the person from the same community. Then seeing this, that one of his community member has taken, then this person will say, oh, this community person, he is my community. So we are just taking advantage of all these things. They think that, oh, if my community person he is taking, then why not I have it? So like that, we made a small sensation among these community people, and then they became inclined, okay, I'll also have it, I'll also have it. So like that, we were able to give many more sets last year. In fact, last year, we could distribute some 700 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita together, just within our contacts. And then this 2022 December, then I was just trying to push many of our congregation members that the same technique, same old technique, let us do it. And it was successful. And then maybe it is definitely, it was working for many of our congregation members, so why not you also try like that? I was just pushing many of our senior congregation members also, like Gaurban Prabhu, Radharaman Prabhu. So they took it so seriously, and then they really worked on that plan so much. They really worked on that so much that they found really a very big success in calling their contacts. Um, in fact, Radharaman Prabhu, he had in fact, definitely, yeah, he's going to speak, so let me not say what he's speaking. This was very easily working for us because we were in many cases directly speaking of the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the people in India. They're in many ways pious. Often I used to show to these people the photos of Mahotsav Prabhu giving sets of Srimad Bhagavatam to persons who are in US. In fact, he used to send us some strange photos with sets of Bhagavatam purchased by some black American or this white American who is having some trousers, and then somebody even with a hippie styled person holding Srimad Bhagavatam in his hand. Like that, Mahotsav Prabhu used to send us so many photos also. I used to collect all these photos and then I used to show to my contacts also, just see. In fact, I remember we just posted in one of the groups, community groups, and then we wrote a message that just see the people of America who are far away from this Vedic culture, they are taking Srimad Bhagavatam sets into their life. This is our book. So this is complete shame on us that we are not keeping these books in our house. This is complete shame on us. So when such message was put, we actually got so many nice feedback that immediately many people actually ordered Bhagavatam from us, thinking that, okay, this is a complete shame on Indians that we are not keeping these valuable books in our house. On the contrary, that these books are taken by the people of the people outside Bharatavarsha. So this is very incumbent on us that we should somehow. This has always worked for us. In fact, I remember one particular incident, which was really I found to be very wonderful, because this person, he was a follower of Sanatana Dharma. So he was when I went to see him, he's the owner of a particular company, he's a very big company. So when I went to see him, he brought some of his friends and also who were all partners also. So he arranged a small meeting with me, and then I took a big box full of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then I started showing to this person. This person who was just seeing this, he was a little bit consulting with his other members, and I got a little call, and then I just went outside, and then I came in a span of 1 or 2 minutes. So this person, he is a very pious follower of Sanatana Dharma. That's how they said, they call themselves. So he was saying that, see, Swamiji, you just showed us so many books. So we are not much interested in buying these books. And I know that you are coming from ISKCON, which is a very wonderful society, just spreading God consciousness, spreading this Vedic culture all around the world. So I want to support your temple. And I heard that, in fact, this contact was taken by me by some other devotee. So this devotee has already informed this person that they are building a temple also. So this person particularly said that, see, anyway, I heard that you are building a temple. So let us give something to your temple instead of giving to these books. Then I told this person, why you want to give to this temple? He said, see, I am from a RSS background, so I thought, let me support Sanatana Dharma. So the real Sanatana Dharma is lying in the Hindu temples. So you are promoting Hinduism, so let me support your temple also. I said, you have a wrong idea. It's good that I'm very happy that you are very pious to support this temple. But then I said, this temple has a background. You can support this temple, help us build this temple. But you know, this temple, obviously, due to the passage of time, definitely everything will be destroyed. So one day, definitely this temple will be destroyed. But on the contrary, if you take these books, which are actually the strong foundation for these temples, if you buy these books, definitely temples will keep on coming. You want the temples to be risen, but by supporting this temple, definitely Sanadharma is not just superficially will be maintained, but if you just support by taking these books, then definitely this Sanadharma will continue to exist. In fact, I told him that Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam, real Sanatana Dharma means it's Krishna. One should know Krishna. This is real Sanatana Dharma. By keeping or promoting Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be able to establish Srimad Sanatana Dharma in your society. So this person a bit much convinced, and then he immediately called all his partners and he said that, see, this Swamiji is saying that by promoting these books, Sanatana Dharma will be saved, and I am completely convinced. And I am taking Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita from him. Then he pointed to all his members that you also should take. Then every member agreed, okay, let me take Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then the 3 members were there. In fact, it was not just 3 members. He, on the spot, he took 10 sets of Bhagavatam and 10 sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he said that I have many partners, I am going to give every partner. In fact, they're all partners, so they shared among themselves. And then he said that, see, we are running a school also. We'll keep these books also in our libraries. And they are also have some like temples. It's a big trust. So for everywhere he took Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, totally 10 sets of Bhagavatam and 10 sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita in one shot we were able to give. And many times it is also it's also fun in distributing sets of Srimad Bhagavatam to our contacts. As Maharaj was saying that sometimes we were giving sets to known people, unknown people, then even some old friends, forgotten friends, even enemies also. In fact, I remember I had one very forgotten friend. I was completely out of touch with this particular friend. She studied with me long back in my school days, some 18 years before. I just, the last time I just spoke with her. But because of this set book distribution, I started calling many of my friends, and then they were also taking sets. And then I was asking to give them all the contacts, whom and all I just missed. Then I got this number from one of my friends. Then I made a call to her. She was very surprised to hear me. Oh, after 18 years, I'm just hearing. So, in fact, I just called her, but she herself said that I am just teaching the ways of surrender to some of my kids. How Ambarish Maharaj was so expert in surrender. I was surprised. I do not know anything, and then definitely she is also not in any connection with ISKCON. But somehow she was hearing Bhagavatam from some Sahaja group, and then she was just speaking. In fact, when I spoke with her about Srimad Bhagavatam, she was so happy. Then she could see that I have called for some other motive. So she asked me, so what's the purpose you call me for? No, I just simply called to give you Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, really? Yes, this is the otherwise I didn't have any other purpose. Then she said that I never thought you would have become some brahmachari monk like this. But then I am very happy that you have taken to such path. Maybe this is Krishna's arrangement that you should call me in such a position, and then you should give Srimad Bhagavatam. She immediately took Srimad Bhagavatam also. Just over a phone call, just 18 years before I spoke with her. Then immediately she took Srimad Bhagavatam. And surprisingly, for many persons, over phone we were able to give sets, especially much known contacts. I remember one of my cousin's sister. She was also waiting for Srimad Bhagavatam. I never knew that. Maybe we'll have some contacts in our mobile phone. They are already waiting for Srimad Bhagavatam. When I called my cousin's sister, I used to speak to her maybe some 2-3 years once, and that too whenever I go to see my mother, and if she is available, then she may speak. That's it. Otherwise, maybe In a span of 15 years, I spoke once or twice with her. But interestingly, when I called her and then said that, see, Akka, I just have one request from you, that we have a very beautiful literature called Srimad Bhagavatam. Why don't you please buy it? Then she was saying that, oh, I was waiting that who will call me to buy Bhagavatam. I thought that I am not going to ask anybody. If somebody asks me that if you want Bhagavatam, I'll buy Bhagavatam. I was really surprised. Maybe Krishna is arranging so nicely that I simply called her, why don't you take Bhagavatam? She immediately took it. I heard from somewhere that Bhagavatam is such a nice book. So I thought, let me not try, but if somebody calls, I will take. And it was just 1 week before she thought, and then the next week I have called her. Then she immediately took Srimad Bhagavatam, and now she is seriously practicing. In fact, she's not going to any ISKCON temple, but then she's a little bit far from our Salem temple also. She's just living nearby Madurai, and then a little bit remote, and then she can go to ISKCON Madurai, but then still because of the corona situation she was not going. But when I just met her after 1 year, to my surprise, she was chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then she finished 5 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then in a span of 1.5 years, she completely finished Srimad Bhagavatam. Now she is fully, seriously practicing devotional service. So it all became manifest because of this set book distribution. So you could see that even for the preaching to be successful, this actually works. In fact, many of my contacts, this is interesting. This is my cousin sister who took Bhagavatam some 2 years before. So the next year I was just pushing her. So why don't you distribute Srimad Bhagavatam? Then she said, no, I don't speak. I'm a very introvert person. I generally don't speak. No, why don't you try? I was a little bit pushing her. And then she said, okay, anyway, this is service to Srila Prabhupada. So let me do it. Then in a few days she called me and then she said, I convinced my friend to give Srimad Bhagavatam. The first book she gave in her life during book distribution is Srimad Bhagavatam. She has not done any small book or big book, but in the first book she gave in her life is Srimad Bhagavatam. So I could see that who are all buyers of Srimad Bhagavatam, they also become potential book distributors also. So in fact, to all the contacts whom I was giving the previous year, I was just pushing them, why don't you do this year like that? At least they have few contacts to whom they can give Srimad Bhagavatam. Like that, we were expanding so much, and then this year we could do almost some 640 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam and 440 sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita. All just contacts. More than 80% people are just from our mobile phone. We did not make a big effort. Of course, we want to do all effort to distribute books, but this was just the efforts from our phone contacts. Everybody has a phone. Our devotees have a phone, and definitely we'll have a sum of at least some 100 contacts minimum in our mobile phone. Let us start calling all these people, all these persons whom we know, and these persons are known to us that it's very easy. In fact, they will spend time with us. They can spend time with us so that we can little bit convince them why they should take Srimad Bhagavatam. They so definitely, not that we'll be able to successfully give to everybody, but definitely whoever we have spoken to, if we keep on trying, in 1 year they will be able to take it. I remember I spoke with my friend some 9 years or 10 years before to take Srimad Bhagavatam. He never took it. And I was keep on trying, he was not at all taking it. And this year, so I thought, let me try. And when I was speaking to him, I said, anyway, he will say next year. So, but anyway, I thought, let me put effort. So, why don't you take Srimad Bhagavatam this year? Then, okay, anyway, you've tried, you have always asking me, okay, let me take this year. So, finally, he took it. After 7-8 years of pushing, then finally he took it. So, if we keep on contacting, definitely we should be able to achieve 100% set book distribution to all of our contacts from our mobile phone. In a span of few years, we'll be able to achieve that. If you have some 1,000 contacts, it's very good. Then you are the potential successful book distributor then. And everybody, definitely, nobody will have less than 200, 300 contacts in their phones.
And it's possible. The first year when I did book distribution, I made sure that all my relatives have. In fact, that 1 year alone, to my relatives, I gave quite 12 sets of Bhagavatam and some 12 sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Just my relatives only. In fact, to all, I had a big family of 3 sisters. They all took Srimad Bhagavatam. And I could see that after taking Srimad Bhagavatam, all my sisters became favorable. 15 years before, they were always fighting with me. Why you are like this? Why you are upsetting our father and mother? But after Bhagavatam entered their house, now they are seriously studying it. And 2 of my sisters are chanting 16 rounds also. I'm just saying that just because of Srimad Bhagavatam entering their house, all, of course, any Prabhupada books entering, that is also a big success. But I'm personally saying that this set book distribution is possible for everybody. For many, in fact, for our congregation members, it's all new. Not that they were all professional book distributors. They all started new, but then they could so successfully distribute sets of Bhagavatam just using their mobile phones. And then what not? We have to create. So this is possible for everybody, for every grahastha. This is possible for not just grahastha, for everybody this is possible, and particularly grahasthas can easily do it, because we can simply call whenever we have some leisure time. We can always find time also. In this marathon, we were so intense that we were keep on calling. Whomever we see, we were just simply thinking that, do you have Bhagavatam? Do you have Bhagavatam? That was our consciousness that whole month. Anybody, any person we see, any number we get, in fact, any number we get, we were distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. I did not say much of the story, but then at least I will just say one interesting story. Because this is just incidentally, this person became fortunate enough. I gave one Bhagavatam set and Chaitanya Charitamrita to a number, to a contact. This is not my contact, but see, we had a plan last month that we collected so many contacts. We took contacts from our temple. We took contacts from our local programs group. We took contacts from the Gita group. We took contacts from all our Zoom meeting groups. We collected so many contacts. We keep on calling. So one contact I called, and then this girl, she accepted to take Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then after a few days, she called me saying that I have a request that I spoke to one of my teacher that he is also interested to take, but he wants only Bhagavad Gita. Do you have Bhagavad Gita in Hindi? I said, yeah, we have Bhagavad Gita in Hindi. But anyway, why do you want to give Bhagavad Gita? It is, why not try whole set of Srila Prabhupada's book? No. We want to try, but then he was not inclined. I already tried. Let me give only Bhagavad Gita. I said, okay, very happy. I'm very happy. Let me give Bhagavad Gita. Then she gave me the address. So I just forwarded that to our delivery team. And then they very perfectly followed the order. And then they gave Bhagavad Gita also. So she called me some 2 days after and then said that, we are very happy, Prabhu, that my teacher, he just got Bhagavad Gita. Then I said, oh, very nice, happy. Then the next day, again she called me. Now this time she said that she was very upset. Prabhu, why did you do this? I said, I did not do anything. You only said to give Bhagavatam. No, why have you given him Bhagavatam? No, I did not give Bhagavatam. No, now the person, somebody from courier delivery has come to his house and then they have delivered Bhagavatam to his house. I was actually surprised. No, I did not give any address. No, you just check with your team because he has received Srimad Bhagavatam. Now I feel so bad. He is calling me and saying that take Bhagavatam away from my house. I don't want to keep this book because I did not order it. Then wait. I told her to wait, and then I just called my delivery team. I have given a very clear message that give Bhagavad Gita send Bhagavad Gita to this particular address, and then they have dutifully taken the thing. But this was taken by 2 persons. Generally, we have 2 delivery teams. If it is only Bhagavad Gita or Krishna, one person is doing that, and if we have a set of Bhagavatam, there is another person doing that. But somehow this message went to this person also. This person, he did not see Bhagavad Gita. He thought that, okay, whatever order comes to me, it should be Bhagavatam, and he has sent Bhagavatam to this person. So I called this Mataji. I said, see, there is a mistake happened. So let me speak to this person. No, it is very clear, Prabhu. He saw books are very nice, beautiful, but then he can't afford to pay so much. So he doesn't want to take. I said, okay, let me try. I'm calling from the temple, so let me call. He said, okay, anyway, you try. So I just called this person, and then immediately he said, see, Prabhu, how should I send this box back? So many books are there, but you let me know to which address I should send it, and then how I should send it back. I told him, see, we spent money in couriering to you, and now you have to, this is some 200 kilometers away from our place, and you have to spend more money in couriering it back to us. Why front and back we have to waste money on courier? This Bhagavatam is a very wonderful literature. You already saw the paintings. Just keeping this book is very auspicious in your house. And then that day, incidentally, it happened to be the appearance of Hanuman. I said, see, on the appearance of Hanuman, that you have received Srimad Bhagavatam. So why don't you take it? He thought, okay, this seems to be a nice proposal. Then he happily took it. He doesn't want to say, in fact, he became attracted seeing Bhagavatam, and then when I could little bit push, he said, okay, done, let me have this book itself. So, we do not know when, how this is possible, but then if we keep on calling people, then it works. It has worked for us, and if it has worked for us, then definitely it will work for everybody. Everybody, whoever tries this, then definitely they will see that a big success is happening. So this is our humble request that you please, after leaving this camp, or even during the camp also, you please start calling your contacts and start asking them. In fact, don't, especially we try to think that who will take Bhagavatam, who will take, this is not a proper thing. You simply see that if this person has Bhagavatam or not. If this person has not Bhagavatam, then this person should have Bhagavatam. And as I said, don't worry, in a few years, definitely all your contacts will be able to get Srimad Bhagavatam, the sets of Srila Prabhupada's book in their house. If you keep on pushing, and that happened to us, definitely it will happen to every one of us also. And we have a few of our congregation devotees. Radharaman Prabhu is very inspired, so he also will speak a few words also. And also Gaurban Prabhu. Radharaman Prabhu? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. We're hearing about pushing people to take sets of books. Amazing. They don't like it. Anyway, keep on pushing. Once they get the books, they'll be very happy. And they can understand also that you're pushing the books. It's not for you. It's something that's for them. So don't get mental about pushing people. You have to push people in most cases to take the books. How to transform your Grihastha life in Krishna consciousness to steadily going along. How to get in the fast lane. How to get in the nectar lane. So many Grihasthas, they're at home, they're chanting, they're coming to the temple, and they're going along in Krishna consciousness, but once you get into the Bhagavatam distribution, it's another level altogether. Is that right? What we have heard is amazing, unprecedented, unexpected, but it should be only the beginning. We're just seeing the potential. Vednarayan Prabhu, I think you're getting some idea of, you already preaching in 22 villages, plus Trichendur town. You've got a big field. All of you can all do, should do, must do. If you're getting a little hesitancy in the beginning, I didn't ask Gokul Chandra, but anyway, you can call Jagan Mohan, Radharaman. They can go on loan for some time. Actually, you can also help to build Salem Temple by this, right? Because if we send you Jagan Mohan on loan and he shows you how to, he can take a cut from all your sales. How about that? That was Prabhupada's plan for building. That's how he got all these temples in the West, by book distribution. And his plan for building Mayapur was by book distribution. So let's do it. And everyone, all the Matajis, the kids can go with you also. If they chant Bhagavatam shlokas, it'll be very impressive. So over to you. Make your lifetime plans, Prabhupada said, for distributing books. Any family problems, what's the solution? Husband and wife distribute books. And then you won't have time for arguing and all this. Really. Come to a higher platform. Two more speakers on Bhagavatam distribution. Okay. And also Tatvavad Prabhu wanted to tell. Okay. Okay, let's have Gaur Bhagavan first, and then we'll take a trip to the North Pole. They don't know. Samba was asking me, where is Finland? Is that part of England? They don't know. And I told him it's in between Sweden and Russia, and that didn't ring any bells with him either. Do you have a border with Norway also? Little border with Norway? I think so, yeah. So it doesn't actually go up to the North Pole. Feels like that when we get it.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So, last 2 days, Maharaj was mentioning that anybody can distribute Srimad Bhagavatam. So, me and my wife are testimony to this statement because we didn't have any previous experience of distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. We have not gone to any book distribution seminar. We don't know any techniques. Our only hope and inspiration was Guru Maharaj's blessing and the inspiration of senior devotees at his Salem. So, Jagan Mohan Prabhu inspired us that, Prabhuji, why don't you, to me and my wife, that came with the proposal that why don't you give it a try? And I was very doubtful whether I can do it or not, but we said, okay, let's give it a try. So we didn't know where to start. We didn't know head or tail of how to do it. So we requested Jagan Mohan Prabhu that why don't you record one of your conversation with the people whom you distribute. So he called one person. It was not a successful deal. I mean, that person didn't purchase the Bhagavatam, but it was very good to hear the kind of things that he speaks to them. So at least we had some foundation where to start. Not only that, he also recorded one 20-minute lecture on the importance of Bhagavatam and what are the points we can tell to people. So one of the very interesting point from that little 15-20 minutes class lecture, that recording, WhatsApp recording that he sent, he said that, see, there are many salespeople, Eureka Forbes, this vacuum cleaner, they used to come and sell door to door. So these people will come to you and they will throw some water on the carpet and the vacuum cleaner will go and suck everything and this and that, and they will they'll make such a nice pitch that you will be convinced, oh wow, this is the vacuum cleaner I need and I have to purchase it. And they are very confident and they will somehow either convince you, and you are kind of, okay, maybe it will work, may not, you're not so confident and you purchase it. And after some time, sure enough, when you try it, it doesn't work. For some reason or the other, it fails. So he was making a point that see those salespeople, how confident they are for a product which may or may not work. But see our case, we are trying to propagate Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the real knowledge, which is the truth, the absolute truth. So how much confident we should be? We are the only people who should be the most confident. So with this was a very, this struck me like, yes, why not? You know, this is such a nice thing that we have to be confident. So that was our starting point, that we went, me and my wife, we started going, meeting people, going to their houses, and we started just, open a Bhagavatam, start speaking to them. Because it was new for us, sometimes I used to speak, sometimes my wife used to speak. And first 1 week was a little tough. My wife was like, why did you speak this? And I was like, why did you speak this? So first 1 week was a little tug of war. But later, after a week, we settled down. Then we understood, okay, we are a good team. You speak. And then when I stopped, she would take over. So that way, it was very nice. And, when Grahasthas go to Grahastha's house, it's a family, husband, wife, so the lady can relate to another lady, and I can talk to the man. So that is a very good combination when Grahasthas go to another Grahastha's house. So that worked out very, very well. They were welcoming, they were ready to give so much time, and we were able to explain to them. So what our technique was very simple. We opened up the Bhagavatam. We had few verses like the Krishna Swadama Bhagate. That was the verse we opened up. We read the translation. We would read the purport a little bit. Then Prayana Alpa Ayusha Sabhya. Then Kunti Maharani's prayers. So few verses we would read to them. So we opened the book and we engaged them. So give the book in their hand, engage them. So then after this, Bhagavatam does the job on its own. Then it is very easy once they start getting little interest. And also your enthusiasm, how confidently and enthusiastically you speak to them, that somehow the other is contagious. They get it. Oh, they are so enthusiastic about it. They are telling it so confidently. Then they get attracted and then they purchase Bhagavatam. So this was our simple technique, and it was quite successful. We first few days we were visiting many Grahastha families, and also we were speaking on the phone, over the phone. Relatives, many of them. So my personal experience was that we started calling all our contractors. We have been doing construction for last 10 years. We have been dealing with so many of our contractors. From somewhere we purchase iron, from somewhere we purchase some wooden furniture, from somewhere we purchase cement. So many of these people. And these people, we have been having a very good relation for last 10 years. So when we call them, they were so happy that, okay, of course, they made money from us, so they were happy to, give it back in, okay, they were getting, Bhagavatam. That is apart. But they were very happy because of the good relation we had with them. Because when they come to temple, we take care of them nicely. We try to be good host. So that relation that we had was very, very easy that they were ready to take Bhagavatam. So like that, we approached so many of them. And like all others, share the experience that people whom we thought will never purchase Bhagavatam, they purchase. So the point is that there were two things which I thought after, of course, in the beginning I was also not sure, but after we went through that 1 month of intense book distribution marathon, my personal conclusion was that we should start with little faith that, okay, these devotees are telling us, so let's try it. And we ourselves should have little conviction that, okay, this 7,500, 8,000 is not such a big amount, like Jagan Prabhu was mentioning. Then only we'll be able to do it. If we think in our mind that, oh, they will not purchase it, they will not read it, nobody's reading books nowadays, they prefer e-books, this, that. If in our mind we are not convinced, then it will be very difficult for us to give it to others. So get little faith, little conviction, and then give it a try, and with the blessings of Guru and Krishna, you will be able to do it. So that's all I would like to say. So we, again, like Radha Raman Prabhu, we said, okay, if we are able to do 30 sets, it will be a big achievement, at least one every day we thought like that. But at the end of the marathon, we managed to do 151 Srimad Bhagavatam sets and about 108 Chaitanya Charitamrita sets. Hare Krishna. And now again, we are also now, as the second phase, we are cultivating all these devotees, as Radharaman Prabhu also mentioned. They are all coming to the temple. We are also planning to open a WhatsApp group for those people whom we have distributed this Bhagavatam. Send them some important shlokas, inspire them to read. So just distribution, our job is not over. Now is the next phase where we cultivate them, make them devotees, and that will be our real success.
And
Hare
then
Krishna.
they distribute Bhagavatam
Sure.
to all their contacts.
Yes.
Your wife came to see me today with her father and mother, and I was saying that all your relatives here in Sri Rangam, you already contacted them.
Yes.
There's a huge Sri Vaishnava Brahmin community centered here all over the world.
Yes, very much.
You can
Actually,
think what to do.
Yeah,
Actually, when we were driving here, just outside Namakkal, the owner of we stopped to get gas, petrol, and the owner said, "Yes, I'm reading your book, Bhagavad Gita, this and that." So Toshan Krishna, he has the contact, and he's supposed to give to you, Jagan Mohan. And also when I was in Ambur recently, there's some orthopedician came to see me, and I started preaching to him about the Bhagavatam. That you can Shveta Madhav was supposed to follow that up. He's in Vellore, so you can check with him. If he didn't make the deal Paka yet, you can do the needful. He'll take it. There's so many. The scope is unlimited. I feel like we've been sleeping all these years. Jagan Mohan is Jaga Jana Mana Loba. He's waking us up. Jaga, there's Jagat and there's Jeev Jago. So, Jagat Jago. Wake up. And I can see Prabhupada, he actually said we should base our preaching in India on book distribution. And you can see, you distribute the books, then people become devotees, and we're actually doing it round the wrong way. We try and contact people and just preach to them, but let Prabhupada do the preaching. It's better. Distribute the books, and then we'll preach to them. First give the books. That'll stop us talking all nonsense also. If they read the books, then they'll understand what we're supposed to be saying. I had years ago, one devotee in Bangladesh told me that someone had come up to him, a teacher who had read Prabhupada's books, and said, "Should we do what you say, or should we do what's in your books?" He saw the difference. Okay, over to you.